Pray for my downfall. Niggas pray for my downfall. Nigga, go to jail. Nigga, go to jail, nigga. The shooter said T Grizzly paid to get his aunt killed. It's over. Now, I've been hearing about this situation for a little bit now. It's just felt so fake to me. It's like, okay, this is all just rumors because it's so unbelievable. However, in this video, it says that the shooter also said T Grizzly paid him. So if this is true, T Grizzly needs to be thrown under the jail. Maximum security. He needs to be tied up with his hands together like this inside one of the straitjackets. He needs to go. But if it's not true, yo, we need to stop because this is actually diabolical. But let's get to it.
The rumors that T Grizzly paid for his aunt/manager to be killed started off as a simple conspiracy.
Oh, it was his manager too. See, I didn't even know that.
It's now escalated to the point where the murder suspect defense is in court saying that T Grizzly paid for the hit. Let's do a quick recap just to make sure everybody is caught up on this situation. And if you're not caught up and didn't watch the other two videos, T Grizzly auntie Jobina Brown was shot and killed in 2019.
Sad to have to report this, but Jobina JB Brown, the manager and aunt of T Grizzly, was shot and killed in Detroit on Tuesday night, August 20th. Comments about her death began surfacing Wednesday, August 21st on social media before her passing was confirmed by TMZ. According to law enforcement sources, a shooter opened fire on Grizzly's Cadillac Escalade while the vehicle was traveling around Detroit. The gunman allegedly approached on foot and shot Brown, who was sitting in the back seat in her left side. Grizzly was reportedly riding in the passenger seat and got out of the vehicle as the shooter approached. The driver said the attacker fired 3 or 4 shots and noted that Brown screamed before the gunfire began. Brown was rushed to a local hospital but died from her wounds. She was 41 years old. Police don't know if Grizzly was the intended target of the attack. He and the driver were unharmed.
Let's continue the brief recap before we get into the news. So if you watched my last video, you know that T Grizzly did an interview. During this interview, T Grizzly detailed exactly what took place moments before the shootout. T Grizzly and Jobina was riding around in their Chrysler 300 with a driver. They had to make a stop before getting to their destination. They stopped at T Grizzly's family house from his daddy's side. When they stopped there, T Grizzly got out from the back driver's side. Jobina was sitting in the back passenger side. When T Grizzly got out and walked to the porch, gunmen came, opened up the back passenger side, shot into the vehicle, and killed Jobina. T Grizzly says the shooters were looking for him, and that's why they opened up the back passenger side, because they thought that's where he was sitting.
Still breathing and everything. She called me.
She called you?
While she was shot, she called me.
What'd she say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying.
Oh.
She couldn't really form no words. You know what I'm saying? But, like, coming for me because they opened my door.
Okay.
And was shooting in the car. They hit her 8 times, though.
And you have no idea where this came from?
No, I ain't got no idea where it came from. But it ain't even matter where it came from. I felt like everybody was a suspect. I felt like everybody was a suspect.
T Grizzly was correct. Everybody was a suspect. But we'll get to that later and exactly what that means. But let's continue the brief recap. Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, was arrested for the murder of...
Bro, y'all need to have different ats, bro. This at screams I'm doing bad shit. DSG Wu Thing.
Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, was arrested for the murder of T Grizzly's aunt. Now, Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600. He's T Grizzly's associate, and he's Buka 600 associate, who was the groomsman in T Grizzly's wedding. After Wu 600 was arrested for the murder of T Grizzly's aunt, that T Grizzly believed was targeted for him, T Grizzly continued to hang out with 600.
Honestly, you gotta be just a stupid ass nigga also to open up a car door and just blindly start blasting. You know what I mean? You don't even know who you shooting at. You just open up a door and eyes closed, start shooting. Lock the nigga up, bro. Lock the nigga up. We don't know if it was him. You know, he's still in court. You know, justice has yet to be served. But if it was him, nigga, you stupid. You dumb.
Members like Buka 600. Wu Thing was initially
Buka 600.
arrested for the murder because he was pulled over in Chicago while sitting in an alleyway in a stolen vehicle, as well as being in possession of a firearm. The stolen vehicle that he was sitting in the alleyway was actually the getaway vehicle used in the murder of T Grizzly's aunt. And the firearm, after ballistics was done, was the same firearm used in the murder of T Grizzly's auntie. And the cell phone towers confirmed that Wu-Thang was actually at the location for 2 hours before T Grizzly and his aunt got there. Why was you hiding out at that location with the murder vehicle and the murder weapon? Obviously, you are involved in the murder. But it also opened up.
So I wonder, like, if after that happened, he was still around T Grizzly. That's something we need to know.
More room for suspicion for T Grizzly. If this was a stop that was out the blue, it was a stop that came up while yo was in the vehicle, and you just made an emergency stop somewhere to grab something, then how did the shooters know to be at that location for 2 hours? It didn't make sense whatsoever. And if they were at that location for 2 hours and they seen you get out, then why would they open up the vehicle and kill your aunt if they were looking for you? It made zero sense whatsoever. And it didn't make sense to the police either. The police chief wasn't buying T Grizzly's story either. My sources told me, and when I say sources, understand this when I tell you this. I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking, everything I tell you, they've been in the room when it happened. I'm not talking about, hey, yo, I heard this. Hey, yo, Pookie told me. No, I'm talking about when I tell you something in this video, understand, the person I heard it from was in the room when it happened. The person that told me is connected directly to the situation. I was told the police.
I believe the nigga, though. I believe him. All the videos I watched by this nigga, Poetic Flacco. All the videos I done watched by Poetic Flacco, I ain't never seen a nigga come out his body to say some shit like that. So, I trust it. Fuck it. Fuck it, you got me. You right. They was in the room.
Chief looked T Grizzly in his eyes and told him, I know you involved somehow. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. The police chief thought this. The police chief thought that T Grizzly was involved somehow. They just couldn't prove it. They just couldn't connect the dots because people wasn't talking.
He obviously was involved. Like, even if they were trying to kill T Grizzly, of course he was involved. Niggas don't just run around trying to kill each other. I think I could go wherever, and I don't think anyone's parked up for 2 hours trying to murder me because I ain't do nothing to warrant that kind of hatred. You know what I'm saying? So obviously you must be doing shit that warrants that kind of hatred if a nigga trying to sit out and stalk you for 2 hours in order to just murder you and go home. The math ain't mathin'.
Whoever this Wu-Thang guy is, he been quiet. That's until he went to that courtroom today. That's until he went to that courtroom. Oh, and we're going to talk about what happened in that courtroom. It's not looking good for T Grizzly, what took place in that courtroom. But the police chief told T Grizzly, we know you involved somehow.
Also, niggas is dumb. Riding around in stolen whips and shit. You playing a dangerous game every single day. You just riding around in stolen whips and stolos? Chilling in them? Nigga, you steal the whip, sell the whip. That's all you gotta do. Fuck everything else. You nigga just actually whipping it. Nigga, buy a car. Steal a car, buy a car. Is it that difficult? Anyway, maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe it's more difficult than that. Maybe it's more difficult than that. Maybe niggas can't go on Facebook Marketplace with a little 10 bands, a little 7 bands, 6 bands, 5 bands, and just buy a whip. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that shit's just too hard. You know what I mean? You rather steal a car and just ride around in it for 6 months until you get pulled over and go to prison. Also with a gun that ties you to a murder. You're cooked, gang.
Now, you could say the police chief is salty. They got something against T Grizzly. They got a vendetta against T Grizzly. Okay, you can probably go with that. But when the police chief is telling T Grizzly that to his face, and he's telling Jobina Brown's family to their face, hey, we know something is up. The police chief told Jobina Brown's sister and Jobina Brown's mother that they believe that T Grizzly is involved somehow. Now, T Grizzly became a suspect almost initially because the police chief discovered, so T Grizzly's uncle was married to Jobina Brown. The uncle went to jail 3 months before her death. Within those 3 months, T Grizzly began an intimate relationship with Jobina Brown. Police chief looked at that and thought, wait, that's
Sick.
That's messy.
Nasty work.
That could obviously lead to something. But that's before they began to put the puzzle together. T Grizzly and Jobina never fully admitted that they were intimate, but I was told that family members began to figure it out fairly quickly, and it was starting to get around. Could T Grizzly maybe have gone the extreme to cover it up? Maybe. Now, the rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant at the time of her death is false.
Okay.
But where those rumors came from makes things so much worse for T Grizzly. The rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant came from court, and it wasn't a prosecution who put that theory out there. It was the defense. It was Wu Thing's defense attorney. You see, Wu Thing is the murder suspect in this trial. Whatever his defense attorney say came from Wu Thing. See, street dudes is finding creative ways to tell nowadays. They telling through their lawyers, right? They won't get their butt up on that particular stand and point their hand and tell it all, but they gonna tell through their lawyer. The defense attorney, who is responsible for getting Wu Thing off, he came to court and he says, listen, obviously, T Grizzly put the hit out on Jobina Brown. He said that in court. The transcripts will prove it. And he also said that he did it because Jobina Brown was pregnant. Now, the prosecution understands that the prosecutors themselves could probably believe that T Grizzly is guilty, but right now, they're trying to prosecute Wu Thing. So they brought the autopsy person or somebody, an expert, to testify that Jobina Brown was not pregnant. T Grizzly is a smart man, so he already understands that if the defense attorney is in court saying that you were the one who put the hit on your auntie, that came from the murder suspect, that came from the shooters. That means the shooters is already talking. That means the shooters is already giving information to their attorneys, and they're trying to use that to get him off. It's not looking good for you.
I don't know how bro putting out a hit would help to get his boy off. You not getting off. He put out a hit and you did the hit. Nigga, you're still going to jail. You're a hitman. Nigga, that shit don't save you. What the helly? Make it make sense, please.
And all that tells me, to be honest, is that the shooters believed the aunt was pregnant. They probably heard, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're taking her out. They probably was under the impression, yo, we gotta, you feel me, take her out because she's pregnant. And if that's the case, then maybe if T Grizzly is involved, then he probably thought she was pregnant, but the whole time she wasn't. Maybe he was told if he's involved, right? So if I'm T Grizzly and I'm hearing this information, if I'm involved and I know who I told this to, then I know they telling. I know they talking already. And it's not looking good at all. Now, the shooter is trying to get the cell phone tower evidence dismissed. The shooter is saying, yo, the phone is registered in somebody else's name. However, that number from that phone is a number that's known to him. It is a number that he's been using for like his probation officer, his family and friends. That's his number. But because the phone is registered in somebody else's name, he's trying to get it dismissed. It's not going. They're not dismissing it. The evidence stands. The driver who was in the vehicle when Jobina Brown was shot and killed, he testified that the shooting took place 45 seconds from when T Grizzly got out the vehicle. What that shows is T Grizzly was on that porch. That shows that there's a high likelihood that the shooters seen T Grizzly. Because from how the car is positioned in a picture of the house, if you're walking up to the back driver's side and you're opening it up, you can see over the car. Like, you can see the porch from that angle, and you'll be able to see a 6'3", 350-pound T Grizzly. You can't miss it. So if he was the target, you'll be able to see him. He was not the target. It doesn't make sense that he is the target. Now, someone who hopped on the phone with T Grizzly, someone who talked to T Grizzly after the incident and was told by T Grizzly what happened, I asked, yo, how did T Grizzly sound? Like, was he like emotional? The words that I was told verbatim, it felt like he was trying to fake emotions. It felt like he was trying to like kind of like draw up something. Like he was trying to sound like he was distraught.
let's also remember this was 6 years ago. This was 6 years ago, and you're asking of somebody about a conversation that they had with someone, and then they're saying, how did he sound? No, he sounded sad, but it sounded fake sad. I don't know. Are you saying that because of the fact that it came out that he might have did the hit, or are you saying that because he actually sounded fake sad, like back in the moment? Like, did you ever think that before? You know what I mean?
The person told me, bro, I can't really explain it, they said. It just felt like he was trying to like come across as if it was this and it was not. Sada Baby was also signed to Jobina Brown. Sada Baby was one of the people who came to identify her body. I believe it was Sada Baby and Jobina Brown's sister, if not her mother, who went to identify her body. And I was told that Sada Baby was distraught. He was effed up about this. I was told, but like Sada Baby was looking at T Grizzly a little crazy.
I would too. T Grizzly is in the house, right outside the car, and he says that she dies on the phone with him. If niggas is going out their way to try to kill you, you have to have a strap. Someone around you has to have a strap. You should have ran outside and started shooting back. I know you was inside, heard the shots, got on the phone with the person that got shot, and they died on the phone with you, bro. And you didn't do nothing. That shit's goofy, if I may say so myself. It don't make sense.
The Sada Baby actually looked T Grizzly in his eyes and told him, hey, bruh, tell me you don't got nothing to do with this. That even Sada Baby wanted T Grizzly to know, hey, bruh, tell me you got nothing to do with this, man. And that T Grizzly gave his word to Sada Baby that he ain't had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you gotta look a nigga in their eyes. Gotta look a nigga in their eyes, see if they lying to you, see if they capping to you. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, shit, he might have looked him in the eyes. Nigga might have had a super poker face. Nigga, I ain't do this shit. I ain't do it, bro. I'm gonna get whoever did it, though.
It's not looking good.
I really want to know if the shooter was actually hanging around T Grizzly after that, though. Like, if they was homies, like, dapping it up. Because if that's the case, that nigga is a real deal killer. And nigga got no type of sympathy for that shit. Or two, they was in cahoots.
Not looking good. Now, the next court day is tomorrow. I'm going to have people in the court day. I'm going to have people in the room. We're going to figure out more details about what's going on. Because the defense attorney for the shooter is throwing T Grizzly under the bus.
Sheesh.
Now, right now, it don't feel like the shooter or the suspect is telling, because from their perspective, they believe the case is weak. Because once you throw out the cell phone evidence, at this point, it's kind of like, how do we put him at the location? So he hasn't really like fully told you, because they believe the case is weak and they can beat it. But once he's found guilty,
yeah,
once they put him right where he belongs, man, it's over with, bro. It's done for, man. It's over with. Now, I was told the family, Jobina Brown family, has been very suspicious of T Grizzly for a while. And when I was told why, they said, listen, the family has been suspicious of T Grizzly because he continued to hang with the people that the family believe is responsible for the aunt's death. If Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600, and T Grizzly groomsman in his wedding last year was Buka 600, the family is like, come on, man. We not born yesterday, yo. If the hit was for you, then why you still hanging out with those people? So it's not just us, the family.
And if the hit was for you, why you ain't been hit? 2019 hit failure. Why the hell since 2019 they ain't try again and catch you the next time and say, nigga, open your eyes when you shoot, stupid. You know what I'm saying? The math not really mathing. It don't really make sense. All of a sudden they gave up. They quit. They don't wanna catch you slipping no more. They know where your pops stay. This shit don't make no sense.
They themselves is upset that T Grizzly is still hanging out with the people that are responsible for the death of their, aunt, daughter, niece, mother, wife, etc., etc. What I can say, man, is this started off as a simple conspiracy. This started off as y'all telling me, Flacco, oh, you reaching, Flacco. Oh, my God, you police, Flacco. Am I still police if this is true? Am I still police if this is true?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what happens. The police catch the niggas that do bad shit. Sometimes the police is needed sometimes. The police is needed a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna catch all the murderers? You know what I'm saying? Yes, you still police. You still police if you catch a nigga and you actually caught the nigga. Duh, that's the whole point of being a police. You know what I mean? To catch the nigga that did something bad. Kinda, so yeah. I ain't mad at you though. Fuck it. If that nigga killed his aunt because he thought she was pregnant, or even if she wasn't pregnant, nigga, you killed your aunt. Nigga, go to jail. Do your time, nigga. Niggas pray for my downfall. Niggas pray for my downfall. Nigga, go to jail. Nigga, go to jail, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You need to do the time for that shit, bro. I know deep down in your heart of hearts, you know you need to do the time for that shit if you did that shit, bro. Come on, bro.
This ain't no street stuff. If this is true, if a wife and a mother was killed and she wasn't in the streets, she wasn't no gangbanger, she wasn't none of that, is this still street stuff if she gets justice? Is it? Y'all got it backwards, homie.
Baker Rooney shooting at Pookie Dookie. And it's like, damn. But as soon as we get a bystander involved, it's just like, damn, bro. Y'all niggas, y'all open your eyes when you shoot, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Go to the shooting range. Learn how to shoot, nigga. Get it together.
Y'all got it backwards, homie. This ain't no street stuff, homie. They weren't at war. If T Grizzly is involved, and I'll say if, this ain't no street stuff. They weren't at war. They weren't into it. They weren't beefing. Yo, to me, T Grizzly already showed from the very jump. He ain't got no morals. He ain't got no principles. You was effing on your uncle's wife or ex-wife, because when you go to jail, like, bro, the uncle got sentenced to 9 years. He was 3 months into the sentence when Jobina Brown passed away.
Damn.
A 9-year sentence, bro, that's your ex-wife at that point.
Yeah, that shit cooked.
But if T Grizzly was effing on the uncle's wife 3 months into his sentence,
It's fucked up.
that's a man that ain't got no loyalty to nobody.
That's some
And all he
grimy
does
shit.
is rap about backdooring. Nah, man. This is nah, bruh. Y'all let me know in the comments section.
He do be rapping about backdooring and shit, and niggas backdooring him and him backdooring niggas and all type of shit. I be thinking like, damn, T Grizzly? I thought T Grizzly got locked up for a little drug charge and he wasn't really in the streets like that. That's what I thought the whole time. I was like, I know he in the streets, but like he not really in the streets like that. You know what I mean? No, if this nigga killed his aunt, you have to like really be in the streets, bro. Real street nigga type
People,
shit.
man, I can't believe this, man. This murder mystery done turned into some ish right now. We'll be back tomorrow after court. And if I pass away, if I die, because y'all know OTF got a lot of people in LA. Y'all know OTF got a lot of shooters in LA. And T Grizzly got ties to OTF. So if I pass away, just know OTF and T Grizzly did it.
T Grizzly must hate this nigga. This must be on the top of T Grizzly's hit list. If he killed his aunt, he'll for sure try to kill this nigga. You know what I mean? I'll pray for Poetic Flacco. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully nothing happened, bro. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that other shit. I love you. Peace.